Get 'em home. All right, cool. Welcome back, guys, to another Sunday pre-market setup where we gotta go over some pairs and plays we can get into for the potential week coming up. All right. Like always, just give me a couple of minutes while I just send out my the link to the rest of the community, and then we can get right into it. 1 second, it's gonna be real quick. All right, all set. All right, cool. Like always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about any pair I'm going over or any pair you want me to go over, feel free to comment it down in the comment section below, and I'll get it right to it. I'll get right to it as soon as possible. All right. So without any further ado, let's just get right into it. EUR USD. All right. Actually, first of all, before I even start, let me just check up on the news. And anything fundamentally changing this week. I don't want to be, surprised. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my app. I'm gonna go to the tools section and economic calendar. All right, so for the week coming up, let me just, I don't need Canada, I don't need that, I don't need that. I need the UK, I don't need Australia. Oh, I do need European Union, Germany, Japan, I need New Zealand. Not really. All right, cool. All right, Japan got a PMI coming out today. BOE consumer credit 4:30 tomorrow. Oh, it's about to be NFP week. Oh. Okay. NFP week's coming up this week. I forgot. All right. Nothing. All right. Damn. So guys, be very careful with trading this week. It's NFP week coming up. That's normally when all the currencies, different currencies, economies, just throw out all their interest rates about sales, mortgages, as you can see here. Just a lot of things being thrown at you this whole week. It might make the market very, very fluctuated. So you just want to be aware of it. Normally what I do is I just do the same thing I normally do, but just cut down my loss size in half. Nothing crazy. If I see, a particular time that I want to avoid, I just avoid it, as you can see here. A lot of USD news, a lot of Japan, March 2nd. I'm just looking for the for any press conferences. That's the main thing I really want. It's the press conferences, because they normally announce their interest rates or inflation rates during those times as well. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll look at this later. I just go deeper dive into it later. But yeah, it's NFP week, guys. Just be very mindful of that. Just cut your down your lot size in half, or just trade with caution. All right. But yeah, back to the charts. So EUR USD, as you guys all know, we came off of a bearish week. Not a bearish week, but at first it was very bullish, and then the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, it just crashed. So that's probably profit taken. I don't know if sellers got into that trade as well, but all I know is there was some profit taken on top, and then it was just very overbought. Everything was just very overbought. So yeah, it had to come down sometime, but I didn't know it was gonna come down like this. Like most pairs just came down 300 pips, 200 pips, like easy. And then you have to wait for plays for buys going up like at least 100 pips. So, it's basically just profit taking up front. But at the end of the day, it's going to set us up for, better buying entries for this week coming up, or potentially the next week coming up, because it's at a few week. So it's really going to depend on like if USD is going to be stronger or not. Like last week, it came off a strong week. USD was very strong on Thursday and Friday. That's why all the USD pairs pushed all the way down. I don't know if that's going to be a continuation. We can go ahead and take a look at our index real quick just to see. As you can see, GBP is like just crashed down. All right, and US dollar, right, is coming up to this top right here. So if it does pass this top, it might just continue going up. Like the way I use these indexes is basically the same thing I use a chart, but not with the major levels and the psych levels and all that. I don't use the support and resistance and all that. I just look at the overall aspect of it, and I just look for higher high, not the higher highs, but like the highest has been to, and maybe it can be a top and then it can fall down from there. And same thing with support. Like if it comes down on a support line and a support line like this, like a major support line, I have some conviction it might go up. But it's not just like a regular forex pair we can just trade it. It's just an index. Like you just use it for strength. So I see it's gonna come up to this top starting for the week coming up. So it might just do a little dip down and then maybe continue higher, like a higher low type of thing. But honestly, we don't know. Like we don't know. I'm just waiting. Like it's about to be March, so this is like actually the time I've been looking for trades. I would be looking for trades in March because I'm expecting dollar to go down, because on March 17th, that's when they're gonna have the FOB was that the Fed meeting, my fault. The Fed meeting on March 17th. So that's when they're gonna announce their interest rates and inflation rates and all that, and that's potentially gonna bring everything down. I don't know if it's gonna happen a little earlier, but at the same time, I'm gonna be prepared because there was a big, as you guys know, there was a big drop. So that drop happened like so fast. I don't know if it's like gonna be early entry for me to get to buys, or do I wait a little bit more for the drops coming up. So by looking at this, like EUR is still bouncing around this range kind of, but obviously right now is very weak. GBP is very weak. US dollar is very strong. JPY is still weak, which is good. That's good. Like JPY didn't change. It's still crashing down, which is what I expect and what I want. Because I still do want to buy GBP JPY and all the yen pairs as well. Specifically GBP JPY. And then US dollars really does the opposite. So I'm gonna have to wait for a little bit on GBP USD and all the other USD pairs as well. But back to EUR USD on the chart, just want to get a little strengthened before I start. On a 4 hour, let's see, let's back out. I already know what my buying zone wants to be. So, oh no. All right. So these are my potential buy zones for the week coming up. I'm eyeing 19,500 for that double bottom, that big double bottom where it first started the false rally right there. This is called a false rally because it just came crashing down again. So something potentially like this, like obviously you have to watch out for this 2,000 level because it is a major level. It could potentially be a reversal level as well. But since we're still early in the week and it still has some velocity coming down, I think it's gonna hit this take profit and then do a lower high and then continue going back down to this right here. So I can pay attention to this right here, but if it does come down like 50 more pips, then that'll be very ideal for myself personally. So like always, I need that double bottom, continuation up, high, low. All right. So the reason I want to do this, like I did want it to come down to 1900 in May. It can. Just because all this resistance right here, but a double bottom from this right here will be very ideal for myself, because if it does come back down for a lower low, I would have to probably wait for a little bit more for, a buy entry. So something like this, just to have that in mind, because it did come off a strong support line. So if it's just gonna break that support line and then do a lower high, I'm gonna be very concerned, because what once was support can turn into resistance, and obviously we are in a falling market. So if that happens, then it especially keep going down, which I don't want at all. If it keeps going down, I'm not gonna be too mad about it. I'm just gonna, miss out on entries for my buys, but I'm just gonna buy it lower, as usual. Um, so yeah, but like this double bottom will be probably my first take right here. And then as you guys all know, I'm just not gonna buy it once it first touches here. I'm gonna wait for that, second double bottom, like a triple bottom right here, but a double bottom in this picture. I'm gonna wait for that, and then for a continuation going up, I might even wait 50 more pips, just to have it even on a major level. But it depends on how I'm feeling, because it is an NFP week. And I don't want, unnecessary losses, like, for no reason. So I might just do, a double bottom right here, just like on a lower lot size, just to have that entry, so I can be able to hold it for a long period of time. Or, I could just wait for that safer entry and just, put my full lot down on this major level right here. So it's really going to be depending on myself. And obviously it's going to be depending on you guys and how you're feeling as well. But just be mindful that risk management is key. Don't, overwhelm yourself with, a lot of lot sizes. You feel me? Just keep it chill, like you guys always usually do. But yeah, like, it's coming down right now. I'm expecting it to probably hit off this middle right here. Like, for now, like, if you guys looking for sells, I'm going over my buys, but if you guys looking for sells, you guys better act fast, because it is coming down very, very fast. And you might have little to no chances on getting into this trade properly. So what you want to wait for is this lower low to be created. Expect this mid-level to have a reaction to the price. All right, potentially can come back up to this. As you can see, I have my horizontal rectangular line, just to signify, potential resistance zone. If it comes back up, you can have a entry right there and it continue down. Or, if you don't like trading in the middle of, the major and the mid-level, you can just wait for it to come down again and then get that lower high. All right. Once you get that lower high, you're going to be entered. And then now you're going to have two challenges to, actually pay attention to, because like I said, I'm eyeing 2000 to, get a buy entry, or 19,500. My last resort is going to be 19,000. So yeah, so the buying options for me is going to be your challenges for you guys as sellers. So if you do decide to sell this, you're going to be in profit. Well, not going to be, but like, it's going to be a good entry for you guys. A lower low, lower high, buy the sell the lower high, and then continue it down to the major level. All right. So this is where you have caution, right? You just need to realize that maybe you're not gonna make a lower low. So if it does double bottom, this is where buyers are gonna actually try to get into the trade. So if it does double bottom, and not make a lower low anymore, potentially make a higher high, higher low right on that role reversal, and then continue going up, right? You are no longer a seller. You're no longer in sell right now. So the market reversed, price reversed. So now buyers are kind of in control right now. Right. So as we continue to make high highs and high lows, as soon as this last high is being broken, now the market is going to be in a bullish mode. All right. So once that happens, I'm gonna be very, very excited, because then I can just hold my trade on forever and ever and ever until it does some nonsense and reverses back to sellers. All right. But yeah, that will be my first option. 19,500 will be my second option, and then 1900 will be my last option. So let me just mark these up for myself so I won't forget. I'm gonna remember, but just to keep keep everything organized. Um, buy zone. And like I said, this is all gonna be depending on USD strength, not so much of EUR strength, because sorry, 1 second. Buy zone. All right. So yeah, EUR has been going up and down. So we're not really gonna be paying too much close attention to EUR strength. We just need USD to go down because as you can see last week EUR was just bouncing around in strength, and then USD was very weak. So as you can see, we had this nice rally going up. So whether EUR is weak or not, USD is going to be weaker or stronger regardless. Just because it's a more structured currency, and how do I explain this? Like, I don't want to say like USD is more important than EUR, but like that's pretty much how where I'm getting at. Like USD has a bigger impact than EUR right now. So if USD is going to be a little weaker than EUR, then 9 out of 10 is gonna push up with structure. All right. So yeah, so hopefully USD starts to lose strength again. Just want to check the yeah. All right, hold on. I want to check the percentage to EUR USD. All right. All right, yeah. So, like I said, if USD does lose strength, then I'm expecting it to push up again. We might get this set up like maybe if we don't get this double. I don't know. We're not eyeing this one. This might come on Monday, not Monday. Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. Last resort is Thursday. If it is Thursday, I'm gonna swing straight for the next week coming up, and take it for the next week going. Take it for the next week going into um the following week. So yeah, basically I need 2,000 to be hit, 19,500 to be hit, or 1,900 to be hit. All right, so I'm just gonna move on to the next pair. If everybody has no questions on that, I'm gonna move on to GBP USD. All right, so GBP USD is very similar to EUR USD because it has USD attached to it. GBP has been very, very strong lately, and then it just had that big crash the other day, the other couple of days ago. So GBP, I'm gonna need GBP to have a little bit more strength going into this because yeah, it's just too weak right now. Right, currently it's just too weak, but overall it is strong. Currently it's too weak. USD, as you can see, just bouncing around. So with the buying options, like it's gonna be a little more difficult, but like I'm not really typically eyeing these buying options, but it could potentially happen. But at the same time, I like this one right here. And it's about how many pips away? Yeah, so that can be hit in like 2 days, 3 days. But like I said, like I always say, you gotta prepare for everything. So my first buying option, and I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't work, but my first buying option would be here. This mid level 38500, just because it did a double bottom right here and it pushed up majorly. Also support, and then this resistance right here as well, pushed down about 50 pips. So this is a good level to eye your buyers at. So let me just mark this up as well. But as you guys can see, like the way I mark on my zones is looking for strong resistance zones or strong support zones, either for buyers or sellers. All right. So if you see any big push ups going from a particular zone, then you can mark that up as a potential buy zone as well. Okay. So exactly what I just did here. As you can see, double bottom right here, indicating it is a strong support. And as you can see, it just went up. I don't know how many pips, but it went up a lot of pips. This was a strong resistance right here, and then resistance again. So double top, came down 50 pips. So I'm gonna put this as my next buy zone because it is strong. All right, this is a strong level right here. Okay, so the way I could play this is like as usual. Like it's really the same thing going on every time. You just gotta be patient with it. So once we get something like this, as you can see here, we got something like that. And then you want that high, low right after, and then continuation going up. So like, I think for this week and the next week coming up, the whole month of March, I do have to be a little bit more aggressive because what I realized from the month of February and January, pairs did not wait for any retest or anything. Like it did, but it was probably coming back later on. So due to the fact that that happens every so often, especially with GBP USD and GBP Jpy, I'm probably gonna, get into more aggressive trades. So me saying that is like the double bottom. Like I'm gonna put, you know, I'm gonna play more attention to this double bottom than I would a high low. The high low will probably be my confirmation, but see here, it just double bottomed and then just shot up. Did a high low right here and then shot up again. So it's gonna do its high highs and high lows, but when it does its high highs, high lows is really unknown. So you just be on your toes, be on the lookout. You know, aggressive entries for the month of March, so you won't miss anything going into it. Because like I said, like if you're like me and try to hold your trades for the whole month, the whole week even, you want to try to get those good entries. You have a good entries, you bought low, and as you go 50 pips, you can move your entry at break even. 50 more pips, move it up. As you keep going, making high highs or high lows, you can keep moving your stop loss up and having that reassurance that you're going to be in profit regardless, rather than waiting for that double bottom, seeing that double bottom, not taking action to it, and then try to wait for that high low, and then getting to the higher low, because you're gonna have you're gonna have a higher buy price. So it's gonna be a little bit more risky to your profit. As you go up in profit, you're gonna be a little bit more at risk to your profit. Not really, but like you gotta buy higher than you would like to. All right. So in that case, you just want to be on your toes, be a little bit more aggressive this week, even though it's NFP week. Like I said, just cut down your lot size, and you'll be straight if that's what you're worried about. But yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive for the week coming up, because I don't want to miss anything. Like this, everything over here could have been traded if everybody just got into the first entries, which is like the double bottom, or the small lower lows and lower highs you see. I mean, the small high highs and high lows you see on a 5 minute, like things like that, like scaling all the way in to get the that perfect entry. And it's gonna be shown, it's gonna be done actually in the live stream I do every day. So if you're in the community, can't miss that. Make sure you're in that in a live, so we can get the sniper entries and hold them for the week coming up. But yeah, this is my first buying option for GBP USD. I already spent myself for it already. And then my second buying option, it could be this major level right here. I would have to wait for price to play out. But what I'm seeing right now is this one really be a factor in the this won't really be a factor, because even though it's still a major level, it's still important, but I don't see any strong resistance or strong support on this major level in the recent days or months. Okay. So with that said, I'm just gonna skip over the buying option and attack this buying option right here, which is the main buy I want right now. As it keeps falling down, because as you can see, it is a very, very strong resistance right here, and then it broke up, eventually came down for a high low, and it kept going up. But what was once support, what was once a resistance concerning support. So that's what I want actually. So this is a strong resistance, this is a strong base. So with that being said, just pretend I made high highs on the lows and low highs. Who cares? But like I said, like you want that double bottom or a consolidation or something. Basically, just want a higher high. So, like I said, be a little bit more aggressive this week, or in the month of March, so you can get those good entries. So you can have a peace of mind. All right, cool. I'm already in this trade. I'm chilling. And then you can go on to look for more entries as you keep going on in your trading days. Yeah, this will definitely be my first entry right here. Probably scale into a 5 minute, see a high or low happen on a 5 minute, and then continue going up. Once it breaks this major level, obviously we're expecting a comeback, which is a retest. But as we all know, like GBP USD and GBP Jpy has been shooting crazy lately. So it can just, bypass all the major levels, all the mid levels on the first touch, and then just keep going up. So, you want to be in that. Okay. So, but nonetheless, like in a perfect world, this is what you want: a higher low right on top of that major level to continue up to the next levels. All right. So with that being said, we can obviously keep going up, and then some challenges we can have is obviously this right here, as it came down 100 pips from that point. Obviously this mid level as well, because it came down 50 pips. But obviously you're just gonna pay by air as you go on in your day trading. And then once we pass the high that it made, then we're gonna be looking clear, because at that point we're chilling. Like we made a high of the market, and then we can still buy the dips going up. And then if you wish, you could just leave all your entries from the bottom if you did hold, and then keep them on forever until you see a double top on a higher time frame, a big reversal pattern, something that indicates that it might fall just like it did over here. All right, so once it makes a higher high, like the highest high on the market, just be cautious. All right, cool. Now we're kind of getting overbought. So at that point, right, you can either, I want to say back off, but like, just pay a little cautious, because like you see, you can avoid this drop. So this drop was crazy. So as soon as you see, a big wick on a higher time frame, or a double top on a higher time frame, just be very, very cautious. Um, so yeah, I think that's enough for GBP USD. If anybody have any questions, I'm gonna move on to the next pair, GBP Jpy, which is my last one. But I really don't see GBP USD falling lower than this. If it does, then I'm gonna play it by ear as well. But if it does fall, this might be a buying option right here. As you can see, big gigantic wicks coming off this, and then this area right here. So this whole area was just consolidation. So yeah, I don't want it to breach this. All right, but that's my plan for GBP JP GBP USD. On to GJ, my last pair. All right. So this one's gonna be a little bit more harder, difficult to tell, because yeah. Hold on, let me just fit this real quick. All right, cool. All right, cool. So for GBP JPY, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to actually try to get a good base in, because GBP JPY was just shooting up crazy. Like it left no structure, no nothing. You only had like a specific amount of chances to actually get into this pair, so it was really kind of difficult. But we can just still eye some support zones and some resistance zones that can potentially be support in the future. So as you can see, it just came off this zone right here, this mid level. So even though I just fibbed this, like it probably is gonna make a lower low, because I just fibbed this, the 50% got hit. So it's targeting this right here, the next mid level, reaching this 147 level right here. But this level is concern for buyers. So as we come down, like if it does breach this, then I have a high chance of back down to this mid level right here. But if it doesn't breach this, like this is obviously a support that it got pushed up 100 pips, so it could potentially be another support zone to push the whole market up to the next levels. So obviously price is falling down. You don't need no lower lows on a higher time frame. It already made a double bottom on the left. Um, so we can just peep a high, low on a lower time frame, and then continue up. Once we reach this, then you can get another entry right here, and then the market probably will be bullish again. Right, price is already bullish, but the market will be probably bullish again once it breaks this high right here. But that's my first option, so I don't expect that even to work. Just being prepared for it in case it does. I think it's support right here, resistance right, support right here as well. So yeah, it's a reasonable price. It's a reasonable area to buy. Another reasonable area to buy is not even this major level, because I only see 1 point of support right here, but this mid level right here. As you can see, I just fibbed it. I'm probably gonna leave it just so you guys so you can see it. So price is coming off this 50%. It's coming towards this, major mid level right here, and it's this 27 extension is going to be the target for the whole thing. All right, so potentially can even break this 27 extension. and then hit this mid level. So this mid level actually has a good amount of support on it. You can see support on right here, and then support right here. I don't see no resistance on it, but support is enough for me to consider this a buying option. So once this happens, I'm probably gonna take action on here as well. And then as it falls down, if it does break that mid level, I'm probably gonna have to play it by air as well, because there's no rejections over here. I see some resistance right here, so this could potentially be a bar zone as well. But yeah, as you can see, GBP JPY doesn't really have a lot of clear cut zones that you can play off of. So GBP JPY might have to play by air day by day, just see what happens every day. But I'm definitely expecting it to fall a little bit lower so I can actually buy at a low price. Um, but yeah, I already have my buy zones already set up. This is the counter trend TP. I can delete this. All right. Yeah, I think that's it, to be honest with you. I could take a look at NZD JPY. All right, yeah, I think I'm done, to be honest with you. Does anybody have any questions before I hop off this? I'm expecting a big week, especially for buyers. All right, so since anybody doesn't have any questions, I'm just gonna hop off this. See you guys back in the community. Let's have a great week. Guys. See you guys tonight for our live as well. An all-nighter going from London to New York. And ending it in New York session probably around like 8 o'clock or something. But yeah, we should be live this week. All right, so just pay attention to everything, play close attention. You don't want to miss anything. And yeah, let's get this bread, guys. All right, see you guys back in the community.